Welcome to Speed Talking with Fora, a weekly debrief that keeps you up to date on the latest trends in travel. Here's your host, Henley Vasquez.
Hi, I'm Henley. I'm the co-founder of Fora, a modern travel agency that helps anyone turn their passion for travel into profit. So today we're talking about Bhutan. What is the deal with Bhutan? Now, I'm on my way back right now. I'm sitting in Bangkok on my way returning home from Bhutan. And as I was preparing for this trip, people kept saying like, "Oh my God, Bhutan, I went, it changed my life." And I was like, okay, why? I actually Googled it before I went. Like, why does Bhutan change people's lives? So now that I'm on my way back and I do feel a little bit changed, I'm excited to share it with you. For starters, what is Bhutan and where is it? It is bordering India and Tibet. It's in Asia. Easiest way to get there is generally through Bangkok, the way that I did. And why is it so special? Well, this is a place that doesn't measure GDP. They measure gross national happiness. So you've probably heard Bhutan referred to, if you've heard about it, as either a bucket list destination everyone needs to go to once in their life and the happiest place on earth. What does that mean, though, in terms of the actual experience of being there on the ground? Is it just like everybody's skipping and happily laughing and hugging each other? Okay, not exactly, but it is a place that really values the well-being of their people. So health, their education, their well-being in terms of living experiences. This is a place that the society really takes care of everyone. It was sort of mind-blowing to see how the crafts, the traditions, this is a place they've protected from the rest of the world. It's been a kingdom for just over 100 years. 1907, first king came in. The current king is actually the fifth descendant of that king. Everyone loves him. He's young. He's in his 40s. He's married. He's got young kids. His father, actually, which is interesting when we talk about royals, is still kicking around. He's in his 60s. He loves to mountain bike. You'll see him out in the hills around Thimphu, the capital. But he just decided it was time to pass on the throne to the next generation. So it's a place where people are really looking to their king to take care of them, to make sure that life is good there. Education is free. Healthcare is free. Actually, interestingly, even veterinary care is free. In Buddhism, the dog is considered the highest sort of evolution before you come back in your next life as a human. And dogs are really well cared for there. And if your doggy gets sick, you're going to the vet for free. So a place where really the quality of life matters over things like building a big business, making a lot of money. It's more about who are you around? Are you taking care of your family? Are you taking care of your society? Are we protecting our country? And what does that do? Well, it produces a place where there's incredible landscapes, totally pristine nature, and a real preservation of culture in a way that I think we don't get in a lot of spots. So let's talk about what's an actual trip. So what are you doing when you get there other than going like, wow, everybody's really happy. Maybe I should rethink my life and be a little bit happier too. Well, first of all, you're landing in one of the most exciting airports I think I've ever been in. You come in the middle of the Himalayas and land in a valley at what is the cutest airport I've ever seen in my life. It's super calm. Immediately when we landed, we were all like, why aren't we talking very loud? We're all much more calm already. Then you get in and you're going to do a circuit with your Bhutanese guide that goes around the country. The typical stops are around 3 stops. It is a lot of driving when you're there. So the drives can get kind of long if you're going really far into remote parts of Bhutan. I mean, you're pretty remote already. You can have some really long drives. So typically what happens, land, you're going to do about an hour and a half, 2-hour drive to Thimphu. Thimphu is the capital. This is the big city of Bhutan. There's incredible crafts to see there. You're going to go to the markets, see students learning how to make the wooden sculptures, the tapestries that they still do there. And you're going to do some hiking and visit the big Buddha. Thimphu is a capital, but it is only about 100,000 people. The entire country has less than 1 million people. So again, even the capital is not some bustling big city. It's big by Bhutanese standards, but still quite quaint and cute. From there, you're probably going to drive up to Punakha. Punakha is going to be about 2 hours drive. Punakha is the destination that's quite famous for the Temple of Fertility. I don't know how to get into this without describing things that are a little bit not suitable for work. So I'm going to tell you, Google it. There's a lot of paintings and a lot of things for sale that you might not want to bring home to your children. Take a look. Punakha also has great monasteries and incredible hiking, and you're also down in a valley where it's going to be a little bit warmer, so there's also rafting. It is November right now, and I was whitewater rafting in the middle of a beautiful valley in a glacial stream, so the kind of place where the weather gets a little bit warmer as well. From there, you're going to drive back into Paro. Paro, again, is where you've landed originally, so it's going to be about a 4-hour drive. These drives can be long. Bring your Dramamine, and there you're going to do the famous Tiger's Nest. Tiger's Nest is the monastery that's about 2 miles hike up, followed by 800 stairs. I'm so glad I did not know about those stairs until I got to the top, because I'm not sure that I would have made it. And then you visit this incredible monastery that's up on top of a mountain, and this is your photo op that everyone wants to share when they come back from Bhutan. At that point, you've acclimated. This is a high altitude destination, but you can haul yourself up that mountain, get your picture, and this is your typical Bhutanese trip. Now, I think the thing that wasn't surprising to me is the activities. You're out, it's beautiful. I was expecting to be active. I was expecting beautiful hotels. This has some of the most incredible hotels in Asia. I was staying with Six Senses, and every single lodge was a total jaw dropper. You almost can't believe you're up on top of these mountains. You're looking out across the valleys, but you also have like a great spa and a great gym and all the other things that you would want. That's not surprising in the sense that I knew going into it that this is a very high-end destination in terms of the hotels they offer. What I didn't expect is that this is a food destination. No one really talks about Bhutanese food. I didn't even know really what I would be eating. Turns out this is a place that's such incredible food. Anthony Bourdain actually visited in 2018. So, if Bourdain was there, there's something good to be eaten. We're going to actually do an entire extra episode at some point with the chef, because I was so obsessed with everything that he made. This is a place where momos, you're going to be eating a lot of them. These are the dumplings that have pork, beef, veggies, chicken in them. I ate them probably once a day. The other thing that's really big here is the chilies. So you're going to see chilies in the way that I've never seen outside of New Mexico. They are in yak cheese melted and served over bread. They are in paste that you're going to add onto your meats. Really incredible food. There was not a single meal that we ate that we weren't all asking for more. So I think this is the thing that nobody talks about. Is you go there expecting like really happy people and some really great hiking, and what you get is incredible food in a way that actually I'm bringing home chili paste, and I'm bringing home recipes, and I'm excited to try to make this Bhutanese food at home. Now, who should go to Bhutan? Well, I kind of think everybody should. On the way in, I wasn't really so sure. Everybody says this changes their life. I got to spend 3 hours with a Buddhist master. I really pushed him on like, what does it mean to be happy? And what he said is it's not so much about happiness. It's more about being content. So accepting what you have and looking for the good things in life. I asked him, what is the most important thing for any of us to remember? And he said, keep a positive mindset. So my positive mindset here is that, yes, it's a long way to come. No, it's not great for somebody with accessibility issues, because there are a lot of stairs and a lot of hiking. It would be a little bit challenging to get around. But for basically anyone else, this is a spot where if you have the time, just get yourself here. I think you go there, you feel the peacefulness of it. To be in a destination that's so sort of cut off from the world in the right way. There are 100,000 visitors expected in Bhutan in 2023. As a comparison, there were 75 million in Italy last year. So to get to be in a place where really not that many people come, and where you're in a society that's taking care of each other, that's looking around to make sure their neighbor is okay, that their family is okay, you feel that happiness. And so am I a changed person entirely after going to Bhutan? We'll have to see, but I do think it is a spot where if you are lucky enough to be able to take the time to fly all the way around the world to go visit it, you definitely should. Okay, so let's talk about where to stay. I stayed with the Six Senses, which has a series of 5 lodges in 5 different valleys around the country. I did Thimphu, Punakha, and Paro. This is the most typical route. These hotels are spectacular. You are in a very remote destination, but you get there and you've got all of the modern luxuries. You've got a spa, you've got a gym, you've got a pool, but also you're built into the mountains and you have Bhutanese staff. It feels really authentic to the destination. So you're having real experience, but also not really sacrificing much along the way. It is important to work with a travel advisor who knows what they're doing when it comes to Bhutan. We actually were talking to somebody at one of the resorts, and they told us that they weren't aware that the roads were so challenging. Nobody had really given them a heads up. So talking to a travel advisor who's going to be able to help you understand how to plan it out, which circuit to do. Is it worth it for you to go on to the other 2 Six Senses lodges that are a little bit farther away in further valleys. We're going to be able to help you navigate that and also make sure that you're matched up to the right driver and guide because you need them to get around. It is a windy country with very difficult roads. You're going to want your Dramamine if you're somebody who's prone to motion sickness, but we can help you break up the drives between these lodges with some great stops along the way. And really, it is 100% worth it because when you get there and you check in and you feel what it's like to be up in the mountains, staying at something like one of the Six Senses lodges, I understand the gross national happiness. I'm happy just sitting there. Okay, thanks for tuning in. Next week is Thanksgiving. We're going to be taking a little bit of a break. Also, my jet lag is not working for me, so hopefully I will catch up on that and make more sense when we see you the week after. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't travel too far before hitting follow and subscribe. Check in next week for the newest episode of Speed Talking with Fora and our take on what's currently happening in the wild world of travel.